Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for chairing this hearing. Thank you to each of the witnesses for being here. You know, when it comes to the right to life, Americans disagree on what the line is, what the standard is. The topic of this hearing, in my view, should not be the subject of reasonable disagreement. That when one is discussing an infant who has been born, who is alive, who is breathing, who is crying, who is outside the womb, the idea that it would be somehow debatable what to do with that child, that there would be another side, so to speak, politically, about whether to kill that child, whether to allow that child to live, or whether to do everything you can to protect that innocent life. It is a remarkable statement of just how extreme and radical the pro-abortion side of this debate has gotten. I think that was made real for a lot of people in a radio interview that Virginia Governor Ralph Northam did January 30th of last year. In that radio interview, Governor Northam supported a bill that would allow abortions when a mother was already in labor. For all of us who are parents, imagine that. A woman in labor, preparing to deliver a child, and this Virginia bill said even then, in the midst of labor, you could conduct what it called an abortion. But Governor Northam went further than that. He said, and I quote, "The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother." This is a sitting governor, the Commonwealth of Virginia, calmly discussing allowing this baby to die. By a show of hands, do any of the witnesses today agree with Governor Northam's statement that that should be the standard, that a physician should only resuscitate an infant who has been delivered if the mother wants that infant resuscitated?
Senator, can I respond?
Sure.
Because I think that this is an important point, and I'm worried that there's confusion here. You know, when I think about the reality of these families, the situation that Ms. Christensen described, when there frankly are just no good options. And for those families, I trust parents to make those decisions together with their medical providers. They should be consulting each other, consulting their faith.
Ms. Grace, I want to be clear what decisions you're saying. You believe that a parent should say...
How to spend the last few moments that you are going to have with your dying baby. That's the decision I trust them to make.
Well, but if it's a choice to let the baby die, then that's not a decision. You know, somehow the child...
As Mr. Cruz,
okay, so you embrace that decision. Let me move on because the time is expiring. Dr. Perucci, how frequently does this occur? With what level? There are some on the Democratic side of the aisle that say there are never any instances, that this is not a problem anyone should be concerned about. Now, we obviously have Governor Northam who wanted to discuss allowing children born alive to die with no medical care whatsoever. With what frequency do we have infants who survive abortions?
We have literature that they admit is underreporting how often this is happening. It is. And as the physician who attends the deliveries, I don't decide life and death. I respond to a baby. And if it is in our medical ability to help, we do. But it's not something we take a vote on in the delivery room. We're there for the baby.
Thank you.